When we hear the words international law or secularism, we often think of them as neutral, universal, and fair. But what if I told you these ideas were born out of Europe's colonial project, with a clear religious and political agenda behind them? The Peace of Westphalia in 1648 didn't just create the modern nation-state system. It exported a very European, very Christian framework to the rest of the world through what came to be called international law. Look at the Statute of the International Court of Justice, written in 1945. It still speaks of civilizations and civilized nations. Article 9 requires representation of main forms of civilization. Article 38 refers to principles of law recognized by civilized nations. But here's the catch. Those so-called principles weren't neutral. They came from the European Christian worldview. Colonizers used them as tools to judge which societies were civilized and which were not. Even the distinction between religion and secularism, something we take for granted today, was a European export. Colonizers introduced these categories to the colonies, even though many societies didn't view the world in that binary. By doing this, they didn't just impose political control. They reshaped how people thought about religion, society, and law itself. Colonized nations were forced to adopt Eurocentric norms, institutions, and language, or be branded as uncivilized. So the next time we talk about international law, or even the separation of religion and state, we should ask, whose history are we carrying forward? And whose voices were silenced in the process? Colonialism wasn't just about land and resources. It was about rewriting entire worldviews under the banner of law, order, and civilization.